the East Coast Elk Reviews. Today, we're doing another episode of a whiskey examination. We've been doing these for about a few months now. And today on the show, we're going to be doing our first Canadian whiskey examination. So this should be interesting. We've been doing a lot of bourbons. We did all ryes for the month of January. And now we have a blended Canadian whiskey. What did we do last week? We did a wheated bourbon, right? So we started off February with wheated bourbon. Started off with larceny. So we do use a 6-point category rating system when we do this examination. So we start off with the aesthetics, which is at 10 points. And we go over the product packaging. We also go over the color of the whiskey, the appearance of the whiskey, the viscosity, the all the alcohol legs and all that good stuff. And then we go over the nose, which is 20 points, flavor 20 points, mouthfeel 20 points, finish 20 points, and then value at another 10 points, all equaling 100 points in total. So this should be fun. I believe, once again, we have some people who have a fresh crack, and we have people fresh crack pour, and then we have some people who have already opened their bottles. So we'll have a little bit different of a perspective there. So that's always fun. We like to start off this episode with everyone going around the panel and presenting what size product they bought and how much they paid. But also, I would like to start off by saying thank you to the panel that's here with me today. Shout out to Bumpy Road Brews. Cheers, Jesse.
Cheers.
Dan from FLX Beer Reviews. Cheers, Dan. And the legendary Steve, Pickled Steve.
Hey, Mr. Steve. Cheers.
Cheers, beer man.
Cheers.
Oh, that's the sound I needed for my Laser Cat IPA.
Yeah.
Pew, pew, pew. That would have worked way better. Oh, and Bumpy's singing in the chat because he's a super Swiftie fan.
That's Lord. That's Lord.
Oh. I was thinking of that Taylor Swift song. And now we got Bad Blonde. We know Dan's a Swiftie fan. So this should be fun. Let's go ahead and who's got a fresh bottle? Let's just start off by saying that. Who has a Dan does? Well, yeah, we can talk about the aesthetics. We can start it off with Bumpy. Actually, let's do it. Let's put me over here. And we'll say, Bumpy, what did you pay? And what size bottle are you bringing to the table?
Mayonnaise. I got a 375 ml bottle. And this cost me $15.99. No tax.
Nice.
No tax in New Hampshire.
Dan?
I could have paid more and got like a special bag.
Oh, yeah.
With the 750?
No, they had the 375s with a special bag too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, you had to pay like $4 more or something stupid like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dan, what did you pay?
Well, based on that price, it seemed as though I've gotten robbed at gunpoint robbery and said, put them up, go to the ATM, take all your money out for the stupid bottle of liquor because I paid way much more than that. So for my bottle of Basil Hayden's here, I totally paid, it's a $3.75 by the way. I paid $21.99 with tax. It came to $23.70 something. Yeah.
So, well, that's way more.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Dan. I'm right around there with you.
I do pay a small town tax unless I decide to go out of my small town. There's 2 liquor stores, both 3 minutes on either side of the which way I go. but if I leave,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
the price of this is a little depressing.
Yeah.
What'd you pay over there, B-Man?
Well, I am
Paid
pretty close to
nothing.
Canada.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you're good. I am
That's
too. I'm
totally-
close on the West Coast.
I will go right out and say that what Bumpy paid for the pint is what it should be.
I got this free. It was at a house that I cleaned. But it's $31.95 in Oregon, no tax. Came with
Taking
the
it
the
back to the house where my whiskey.
let me ask you.
Yeah, and
how
other
do the
things
people
too.
feel about you
Vodka,
taking their
all
liquor?
kinds of stuff.
Why they gave it to you?
No, the renters leave it because they can't take it
Oh.
with them.
Oh,
It's not
you're
the
renting
owner's
it.
house.
I thought you were cleaning like people's houses.
No,
Like swiping their
this house is like clean, man. Yeah, no, this is
Oh
a.
shit, that guy's got a pretty nice Johnny Walker over there. No. Oh, that's awesome.
No, just left by the renters. But
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah.
yeah, so it was open already. I couldn't help it. I wish I would have kept it closed if I could help it.
Have you gotten an email from the owner saying, "Sir, we have a minibar for the guests that we provide"?
Oh,
Complimentary.
that would be good. 'Cause I got a bunch of wine too that I took.
What did you say? What did you say? Go for it at your local store there, but Beer Man.
$31.95, no tax.
$31.95. Okay.
With the
For-
bag,
for
a
a
purple
three-
bag.
No,
Oh,
$7.50.
oh.
Yeah, $7.50. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Here's the thing. I got a pint. You know how much I paid for the pint? $20. No tax. $20.
That's like
I could have drove to like after work, 20 something minutes away, and then of course another 30 minutes home. So I could have spent like another hour after work going and getting this bottle cheaper. So normally I would have been able to pay $28 for $7.50. But I paid $20 for a pint.
So $3.75.
For a pint, yes. $3.75. So half a bottle. So I paid $20 for it. I know. If I drove 25 minutes away from work, but then like I said, it would have took me like an hour. And the place that I bought this from is right next to my house. So I was like, I'll just stop by, grab it. I really did. It worked with the Super Bowl, and then, you know, we got a snowstorm. Everything's been kind of hectic. Driving over
You
here.
would have spent that in gas anyways.
Exactly. Driving around here right now has been just not fun. So I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna get the pint, $20, whatever. But I think they had pints on this. Well, they actually had, to be fair, if I drove there, I wouldn't even have been able to, I wouldn't even have had to spend $20. I would have just bought a couple 50 milliliters, which are $3. So I probably would have just got a couple of those. But a pint is 18. So really not much of a difference. Yeah, pint for 18, $7.50 for 28. So let's say MSRP on this, I think is, I want to say around like 28 to $30.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask that.
The place that I'm talking about usually has MSRP pricing, and I've talked to the liquor manager, and he said, yeah, we usually price things based off of MSRP, which is why I use that website for pricing. But yeah, enough of that. Let's talk about the aesthetics, guys. Let's all talk about that.
I feel as though you can't use the term pint as we're reviewing a Canadian whiskey, and you should use the metric system. It's the least we can do, these people.
Yeah, but doesn't it say 375 on it?
Yeah, but you keep saying
375.
pint.
That's-
Instead of
Yeah, but
milliliter.
it's a product of Canada. It's imported by Crown Royal Company, New York. And it is also a blended whiskey.
Here's the joke. Here's Tanner's
And
head.
also
Yeah,
information.
$7.50.
I know, Dan. I'm sorry. Information. So it's a blended Canadian whiskey. Also, Canadian whiskey technically doesn't have to use new barrels. They can use reused barrels. You got any information over there, Dan?
I mean, you just told me I'm drinking a swill of sloppy seconds in barrels. Apparently,
No,
that's not cool.
no way.
I did not look anything up. I can real quick.
What do you think Scotch is?
I wouldn't know because I don't drink it.
I thought
Scotch is
Scotch
all
I thought Scotch was from Scotland.
most of the barrels that are used in Scotland are from us. It's usually like most of them are like Jim Beam and Jack Daniel's barrels.
Yeah.
But they don't have regulation on barrels. We have a regulation on barrels because bourbon is very strict. They want a brand new American charred white oak barrel. Canada will buy our barrels and they'll use it as a secondary barrel, and they'll make Canadian whiskey, which is why when you have a Canadian whiskey, most of the time there's not much color to it. It's because most of the color and all that, all that goodness is that first pull out of that barrel. But that doesn't mean that you can't create some good liquor out of a used barrel. So that's just kind of Canadian whiskey and European whiskey in a nutshell. Is they don't really have the strict limitation that we do on barrels.
First Canadian bacon, now this. Unacceptable.
Unreal. I don't even know what to say to that. But what do you guys think of the bottle? I think it's cool. I really like it. I like the shape.
Yeah, I
think it's cool. If you get a 750, you get the little bag. It's a little string bag, which is cool. You can.
I mean, it
definitely,
you definitely know what you're getting.
Whatever you want to carry it. It could be like a nice little coin satchel. You can carry around all your coins afterwards. I know Dan's got a lot of quarters on him, living in New York.
In there.
It's got the stupid screw cap, but I mean, at least they
probably got but Dan's probably got a lot of quarters on him, considering he lives in New York. So that little satchel, he can throw all his quarters in the
change in there and use it
Actually,
as a weapon.
Fun fact: we just went through some totes and stuff that were being stored at a different place from when we moved to the house, and in there I found 2 satchels, Crown Royal satchels.
Oh.
One had a bunch of beer pong balls in it. The other had a bunch of dice in it.
Because you got whiskey.
Oh, damn.
So this did not come with a satchel, but I know a lot of them do come with a satchel. So I don't know if I got to judge this based on what I received for this particular bottle or what I received in the past.
Too. It's like a box and a bag sometimes.
Not to mention, the engraving on this bottle is...
Fun fact.
It's just like my glass.
Fun fact about Crown Royal.
Yeah,
he came out with actually going back to what I was talking about with the barrels and stuff. Crown Royal came out with a product called Crown Royal Bourbon Mash, and they used a mash bill that was of a bourbon. They got in trouble because they put bourbon on their label. They had to turn it into something else. Now it's like something other mash. Crown Royal, something other. Yeah, look it up. Google it.
So
I have. Do I still have it? I might have thrown it away, but I had a. It was Crown Royal Bourbon Mash, and then they got in trouble and they had to change the name because we stick it to that bourbon. We're very strict. They'll like go after you if you stick bourbon on something without it being an actual American.
Yeah, so from what I'm reading, technically they use a bourbon mash bill of 64% corn, 31.5.
They put it on the label, so they got
4.5 malted barley, but bourbon can only be made in America. So.
Yeah, but they got. That's what I'm saying. As far as an advertising aspect, they got in trouble. Like if you're advertising your product to be bourbon, it's what do they call it now? Does it still say? Did you look at it?
What?
I didn't know.
Just a Canadian whiskey.
Now it's Blender's Mash.
Oh, well, actually, they call it Crown Royal Deluxe on the website.
No. Look up Crown Royal Bourbon Mash. It's going to come up as Blender's Mash.
Actually,
they changed the name.
I went looking for it, and this is why I fell upon those satchels. I have a Crown Royal glass and this coaster with the LED from Crown Royal that sits on, and when you turn it on,
I've seen those
it
before.
puts a Crown Royal symbol in your glass.
So freaking cool. Yeah, where did you get it from?
Bro, I got that thing like 10 years ago in some gift pack from Crown Royal. It's amazing though. I couldn't find it though.
I'm taking the plastic off and I lost the little purple ring. Yeah, we got a little. It kind of looks like something that you would get from like a plastic toy. This cap.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like a little cheap kind of plastic toy like cap?
It does feel a little Happy Meal-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be an ass.
You mean like
Top.
the Burger King?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like,
They should have put a cork inside that thing, and then
everybody wear your crowns. Put your crowns on, everyone. Pretend it has an actual Burger
Now
King.
I'm complete with my scepter, sir.
You know what's funny? No matter what age you are, if you go through Burger King, every once in a blue moon, they'll be like, "Hey, bro, you want a crown?" I'm not even kidding. They really.
Dude, I got that on my birthday. That said, does that complete your order? I said, unless it comes with a crown, it doesn't.
That's so funny. But no, you go. I'm not even kidding. If you go through the drive-through, like I've gotten a Whopper a couple times. I love the Whopper, you know. And they'll be like, "Would you like a crown today, sir?" I'll be like, "No, I'm all set, thank you." It doesn't matter what age you are. They will ask you if you want a crown. I'm not even kidding.
I never get asked that at Burger King, man. Must be
Really?
the beer. Yeah.
Well, there's certain things that you
Going to
do
the
in
right
life.
one.
There's certain things that you do in life that
I'm
crowning
going to
has
the
a
right
whole
one,
different
beer
meaning.
man.
Yeah. You remember the ashtrays in the Burger King? Oh, that you guys weren't born yet. Maybe
No.
Bumpy was.
I was there.
Ashtrays.
Yeah, Bumpy was there. The little gold ashtrays at
All
the table.
restaurants used to smoke. They used to have the cigarette
pour it up.
machine right there in the lobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you could just go in. You could go in with your quarters, and you could buy a pack of cigarettes at 5 years of age.
wow, great.
Yeah,
I love how
they
we've
thought you were
naturally
buying
correlated
bubblegum.
Crown Royal with Burger King.
I
Yeah.
wonder why lung cancer is.
Does he Crown Royal Burger King? So is it? Yeah, well, if you're buying cigarettes at that age, they assume you were buying them for your grandma or your mom.
So aesthetics, man. Shit, I gotta put a number down.
I'd like to shout out that Commerce Ozzy's having a
I was
happy
gonna
meal
say
tomorrow.
this is actually the color on this actually isn't too bad. Not gonna lie, it looks a lot darker than I remembered. For most Canadian
kinda dark.
whiskeys,
Yeah. Deep honey.
well, that's what I'm saying though. They're using a blend and it's Canadian. I don't know if they have any laws as far as coloring. So there also is that. Let me look this up. Crown Royal.
Honey light amber. Yeah. Where's the legs? Let me see the legs. Do without spilling. God, you gotta really turn the thing fast. This is lighter than the one last week too, right? It's only 40%.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's lower ABV. Yeah.
It's got legs, nice legs.
Why is this
Color.
so hard to find information on?
Super light in the nose.
Okay, so 80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume, Yeah, really not much information. So I'm guessing match bill undisclosed.
I said it earlier.
Match bill?
Yeah, I told you the whole mash bill.
What was it?
Corn.
Well, I'm on the website and it says learn more, and I'm trying to click on it and I can't click on anything. So I don't know what's up there.
It's actually called Corn Royal.
Okay, so you were talking when I was trying to say, so maybe it got lost in translation, I think. But 64% corn, 31.5 rye, 4.5 barley.
That's high
But
rye.
they said, even though it has the bourbon mash bill, like you were alluding to, they can't call it that because it has to be American.
Yeah, was that the? I was talking about the bourbon mash though thing. Sure, that's not what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's not this product.
Yeah. Whatever. Can we smell it?
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to find the information on it. I couldn't find anything. So there's no mash bill and there's no age statement on it.
Well, what do we not want to give it the score for the?
I mean, we can. I think it looks pretty
quality,
good. Yeah. I think it looks pretty good for a really not much age statement.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the difficulties I have with the bottle come with a sticker. It just looks like something like a box of chocolates or a perfume bottle, like cheesy ass sticker, you know.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I still like the shape of the bottle.
The bottle shape, and that it has a plastic screw.
And then the color of the whiskey.
At least they did make it like a cheesy crown. So I'm gonna give my score on aesthetics. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna be right there with you because that's what I was thinking.
I'm right there with you too.
Because it doesn't look bad for an 80 proof either.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's got some good coloration to it, but no information on the bottle. You know.
Cork would have pushed the point up a bit.
Cork would have been, yeah.
Because we had $30 bottles that have cork.
If they gave the labeling some texture and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, it wasn't just shiny, cheap.
Shiny and cheapy looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Sammy, cheers, bro.
Yeah, it does kind of have like that kind of Happy Meal looking plastic cap on top.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I love how we compared it to Burger King.
I wish that they had different color. I wish they had different color crowns. I wish you could pick like an orange crown or purple crown, red crown.
Damn. Well, you guys want to go for the nose?
Yeah.
Dan, did you say you're aesthetic?
No. Absolutely not. I didn't. Nope.
So what is
nose in it?
I gave him an 8.
You gave it an 8. It's fair.
It makes me feel special.
You are special, Dan.
Fancy.
All right. Apple.
Yes. Vanilla, too. They do have a vanilla flavor.
Vanilla is crazy. There is a ton of vanilla.
And peach. Don't they have a peach one? Sorry.
No, I'm saying it. No, I'm saying this smells like apple.
Yeah. Sorry.
They do have flavored Crown Royals, though. They do have an apple and a vanilla flavor.
Yeah.
I don't think you're crazy with that, Paul. I think there's a slight peach.
This allows you to smell it, actually. It doesn't have this pinching alcohol going through your nose. It's real subtle.
This does say that it's a blended Canadian whiskey. Maybe they blended all their flavors together to make this one. It's a vanilla, apple, and peach.
Hope not. Now you taste the artificial sweetener.
There is apple, definitely. Like a green apple or something.
Yes, green apple. Definitely, yeah. There's a little bit of like a hint of spice.
Yeah.
You're right.
It doesn't smell boozy. Like I'm not burning my nostrils even with deep inhales.
But then there's also like that like dark, rich kind of like caramel.
Yeah. I get almost like a popcorn
And a
thing
slight,
going on with it.
there's a slight oak in there.
Maybe like a butteriness.
Yeah.
I find myself having to pull really hard. I don't think this is very pronounced on the nose.
Well, I'm getting a lot of ethanol.
It comes off just a little subdued.
I got peach right now.
The aroma's nice. I just don't think the aroma is.
Go far. If you go far, peach.
Really, because the aroma is like kind of clearing out my sinuses.
Maybe I got COVID. I don't know.
Melon.
Yeah, I'm getting more of the booze now.
Let me smell
I
the
was getting more of the sweetness.
No, it's the whiskey. My beer smells great.
This is very fruity.
Nice legs. Look at those alcoholics on it.
Those have nice legs.
Jessica Rabbit.
I smell rubber tires.
Yeah, the nose is kind of wild. It's like it's kind of all over for being like a blended product. It's kind of it's kind of wild right now.
Vanilla peach, man. I'm over there with beer, man.
At first, I was getting more caramel. It was like
This
more
peach
caramel
drink.
apple. At
From
first, it was like
Colorado.
caramel apple, but now I'm just getting tons of ethanol. I don't know why that worked backwards.
Vanilla peach.
Usually, you get the ethanol, then you get the sweetness and the fruity. I don't know. Mine just turned into pretty tough to try to get aromatics out of.
That's what
If
I
you
just
put-
said. He told me I was crazy.
If
No,
you
but
put
I-
your nose down in it, you get the other
I was
one.
getting a nice, like I said, at first I was getting nice caramel apple, vanilla, a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice. Now the ethanol, after it's got some, it started to aerate a little bit. Now that's got a little bit of oxygen in it. It's like the ethanol is just like kicking my ass as far as the nose.
I mean, mine's not a fresh crack. I opened mine this past week, so I'm not getting a ton of ethanol. But like I said earlier, my nose has been kind of stuffed. Now it's kind of opened up a bit, but it's not like this doesn't burn my nostrils. Like some of the stuff that we were smelling before was like a fireball going up my nose. This is not that hot.
No,
yeah.
no.
Well, I mean,
At all.
40%, 80 proof.
I
It's
still
so
get this kind of
sweet.
popcorn
So
smell.
sweet smell.
It's like a caramel popcorn.
Canadian whiskey though, and it,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have had
Definitely get corn.
any Canadian whiskeys. They kind of have like a little bit of like a little bit of that, like, I don't want to see, some people have gotten offended because I've had Canadian whiskeys and I said I get a little bit of maple on them. Not everything from Canada tastes like maple syrup, East Coast. I get a little bit of maple on it. It's got a little bit more of that underlying kind of like brown sugar kind of maple sweetness. And I don't know if maybe it's because of the barrel, and when you like, I don't know, maybe like when you get that first pull out of the barrel, maybe you get a little bit more caramel,
The caramel apple.
a little bit more toffee, and then like once you have like a blend of certain sweetness, they kind of get that a little bit of that like maple kind of sweetness out of it.
I could see that. I could see that. I just keep seeing the caramel apple, grinding caramel apple on a stick. Kind of smells like that with the vanilla, and then I get that popcorn, like Bumpy saying.
Well, before we give it a score, you guys want to just drink this?
Oh yeah.
Cheers. And
I'll
then
tell you what, not for nothing. I really want to go get that Crown Royal peach now. That's all.
I know, man.
actually, I think I finished mine.
I'm a big peach guy.
Left liked it a lot. He bought a
I
whole bunch of it.
finished it. Yeah, it's good. It's sweet. And then you just drink it.
Mm-hmm. That's really smooth. It's dry in the finish. Wow.
It's like
It's like candy. Gosh, that's actually pretty good.
it's very subdued.
Yeah.
It's smooth, like they say on the back.
Yeah. Yes,
It's
get the mouthfeel.
That's the thing with Canadian whiskey, though. It's like compared to like bourbon, it's not bold.
Yeah,
Very
I mean
subdued.
the finish has little to desire, I'd say, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
The flavor though is
Char. I get kind of a char caramel, vanilla.
There's a good char / oaky astringency to it.
Right.
The finish is much better than the flavor, in my personal opinion.
The peaches in the finish.
Off rip, the flavor up front,
apricots,
to me personally, is like very subdued. And then the finish is where you kind of get a little bit more of that representation of the oak in the grains. You get a little bit of that spice.
Yeah. In the front, you're getting nutty, almost like a nutty vanilla or something weird. At least I get something like that. Or
yeah,
the popcorn.
I can see nutty. Yeah, I can see nutty. Maybe like a not like a peanut, but maybe like more like almond.
Almond or walnut. Yeah.
I go more walnut than almond.
Walnut.
I had a banana nut bread muffin today. What do they make? What nuts do they put in that?
Usually walnuts.
Walnuts. Yeah.
That was good, dude. It's fresh. Yeah. It's a local grocery store. One of my stores is a local grocery store chain, and their bakery stuff is like always super fresh. Yeah, it was a banana nut muffin.
Nice. Sounds good.
I thought of you when I watched that Ben Affleck Dunkin' Donuts commercial.
Oh.
With some cream cheese icing.
So
that sounds even better.
I'm getting most of the flavors you guys are picking up on, but I feel like all the flavors are dialed down to like a 6 out of 10. I feel like someone put water in my bourbon.
That's the finish. Is like it's so diluted. Like As
I was saying, it's very subdued. I don't know, the finish I get a little bit more flavor off of than the initial.
Really? I get less flavor on the finish.
There's a lot of flavor throughout. I get a lot of like I actually got viscous, like kind of a viscous mouthfeel, like a thicker, syrupy kind. I think it's the sweetness. It's really sweet.
It's almost reminiscent of, how like you get sick or whatever, you got like a head cold, and then like the next week you feel better, but you're just not all the way there. Or even when you're a little sick, you got a stuffy nose, you're getting the flavors of your food, but it's just like there's like this invisible wall where you don't get all the impact of the flavor because a part of it, you're all stuffed up. So that's what I feel like when I drink this. I feel like everything's there, but I'm just still waiting for that pop. It's not profound enough.
I see that. It's not poppy for sure. I mean, it's definitely loose. But
now I remember why I bought Crown back in the day. I bought Crown back in the day. Crown and Coke. It was
to get.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because it's not. It's 40%. It's 80 proof. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of my palate, and I've been drinking. I know lately 45 to 50 has been my personal preference. Anything over that is like it's enjoyable, but I definitely can't drink too much of it. But yeah, 45 to 50 has been what percentage, of course, has been what I've been kind of looking for in whiskey in general. And then like you got something like this, 40%. You can get a 40% 80 proof bourbon. Come on, what $10 for a 750? And then you can get like Evan Williams 86 proof, $15, $14 for 750. Crown Royal, it's really like I feel like they try to market towards people who technically like aren't necessarily whiskey drinkers, but they wanna move them off into like a different spirit rather than like vodka and tequila and that, and they just kind of wanna they want people to be more into that like whiskey category rather than You know, they're not trying to sell this to like your bourbon drinker. They're trying to sell this to your vodka, your tequila drinker. You know, where it's smooth. That's the thing. Oh, smooth. Look how smooth it is. That's what they're trying to go after. You know, so that's their marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what their customer base.
It's the Coors Light of whiskey.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I give the nose a 14, by the way.
The nose ain't bad.
I give it a 14. I'm at a 14.
It's just like you know what it kind of reminds me of? Have you guys had rum recently?
No,
I haven't.
It's kind of got that
Sweet cane thing.
yeah, like brown sugar, kind of like cane sugar kind of thing going on. Do you remember rum, Beer Man? I think I remember you saying that you used to be a fan of rum.
That was our go-to.
If you smelt this on the nose, would you think that might possibly be a rum? Go ahead and give that a whiff right there.
It's definitely a whiskey. I mean, forward more than like say rum. Rum it is sweet though. It has that sweet.
It's got that like kind of cane sugar, kind of brown sugar.
Yeah.
Kind of like a spiced rum would be.
Yeah, definitely. Again, we always got shitty rum, so.
As far as being a Canadian whiskey, I don't know. I'm kind of. Go.
Do a CC highball with this.
I'm gonna go.
Jesse, you were gone. I gave my nose a 14.
I'm gonna give mine a 13.
I gave my nose a 14.
Everyone is Black Label over Crown Royal. Like I said, though, that depends on your personal preference.
I didn't mind the nose, actually. It was fruity and kind of cool. So I gave it a 16.
16 beer. Nice. What did you say, Bobby? What was your number?
14.
Oh, 14. Okay.
Yeah, I gave him a 14.
14. What do you guys think about the flavor?
I'm at 11.
I'm actually jumping down on my score, dude. I'm gonna go 13. It was a little bit like weird sweet. Like it might make me sick if I have any more. You know what I mean? I don't know, like that like sweeter stuff. You keep drinking it, and that's stuff that makes you vomit.
Yeah, I'm on mine. I mean, I'm looking at like what I scored the Larceny, and I gave that a pretty low score. And I think I like the Larceny's flavors better than this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Larceny did have a higher alcohol percentage, like Tanner was talking about. He prefers that kind of 45 to 50% range. I'm at like a 9 out of flavor for this one.
Oh wow, jeez.
It just doesn't. It's like what Dan was saying. It's kind of got those flavors, but they're very, very dulled, and it almost is like there's a wall that it just can't penetrate. It can't get past those flavor notes.
Cool.
It does got that weird thing on the back end though. Now you talk about it, Beer Man, where I'm like remembering like keg parties. Vomit, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Reminds you of college days or like senior shit or whatever. Yeah.
Cheers, Bill. Hopefully we see you after the show, brother. Come up and have a beer with us.
Cheers, Bill. Yeah.
I don't know, man. For flavor, I'll go 12. 12 out of 20. It's a little bit better than some stuff I've had. It's palatable. It's crushable. I think that's why I'm going to give it that 2 points above average. Just because of the drinkability, I would say, of the flavor. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say that more of mouthfeel, but the flavor isn't mind blowing, but it's not bad. For some reason, I got my initial impression was much better. I kind of got that like green apple, and then I was getting a little bit of malt, and then the nose just turned into like very big ethanol. The flavor There's nothing offensive, but it's very subdued, laid back. It's kind of like I said, they're going for that more smooth aspect. I thought the upfront flavor was a little bit more kind of dialed back, whereas the finish was a little bit more prominent, a little bit more noticeable, a little bit more enjoyable. What do you guys think about mouthfeel? 40%, 80 proof. It's a little thin. I think it's a little thin.
Yeah. I'm originally I scored it a 12, but now I'm kind of thinking about it. I think that's too high.
Yeah, but also you could say that because of the mouthfeel and because of the ABV, because of that smooth aspect, it's super drinkable.
I feel like we've had something else with this ABV that did a better job with the mouthfeel. Can't quite place it. Could be wrong. Woo. I guess I'll stick with my 12 unless one of you guys says something crazy.
I'm on 12 with mouthfeel as well.
Okay, here's the thing. Mouthfeel. It's kind of lackluster as far as flavor. You know, you kind of want more out of it. But if you're thinking about drinkability, drinking this straight up neat, most people, they're going to do a Crown and Coke. You know, they even made the product Crown and Coke. There's not many people nowadays that are going to sit here and sip this and examine it and talk about the flavors and this, and that like we are. As far as a whiskey, 40%, 80 proof, $20. I brought this to a party. Say I'm being a freaking ding dong, and I'm like, I'm at a party and I'm chilling.
And then I'm spilling my puke.
It's not that bad. It's very drinkable. It's clean. I'll raise you guys one. I'll go 13.
Okay.
The lower proof does it a solid, in my opinion. Yeah, I think finish would personally be my favorite part about it. Well, what do you guys think? Mouthfeel. You said 12, pretty much around the board. What about Bumpy? Did Bumpy give a number?
No.
Well, I'm going to use the bathroom really quick. I'm going to use the restroom, and we'll wait for Bumpy to come back. And, yeah. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers. Hi.
Sorry about that. Laser Cat was getting a hold of him. So. All right. Well,
would you like to move on to finish while we wait?
Did Bumpy give his mouthfeel score? That's all I'm concerned with. want to move on without him.
Thought we covered that.
Did he? Yes.
No.
No. Unreal. All right. Yeah, we'll go over and finish. We'll get Bumpy's thoughts when he comes back. What do you guys think about the finish? No. Are those laser cat beams? I still hear it. They're just very quiet. Pew pew. No, I thought they were saying yeah.
Did you see the Mayo commercial for the Super Bowl?
Don't you think a cat, if they were shooting laser beams out their eyes, they would be saying,
"Hey, meow." Did you see the Hellman's commercial? With the Saturday Night Live crew last night Super Bowl, where the cat goes Mayo.
Oh,
like,
yes.
How can I make this dish better? Mayo.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see that. That was great.
Finish. I'm at a 10.
I was getting a good combo of Paramount Plus ads plus Super Bowl ads.
Yep.
What did you say for the finish, Dan?
10.
Number 10, really?
There's nothing there.
Score. I feel like throwing up from this stuff. I don't like it.
What's up?
My finish is at 6.
See you, bro. It's been a while, man.
This stuff is making me gag. It's really sweet.
Grab yourself a Coca-Cola, brother. Just pour it right out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try with that.
Might be more of a cocktail whiskey for you there, beer man.
Yeah, or 7-Up.
It is sweet. Yeah, it's sweet. Canadian whiskey typically is sweet, which is why a lot of people tend to put use it as a cocktail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I like this so much.
For the finish, I gave it a 14 out of 20.
Wow.
I like the finish over.
That's crazy.
Everything. I like the finish over everything.
So you're saying the finish is well above average?
Yeah, considering the smoothness, if they want to go along those lines, the drinkability, the overall flavor profile. You get a little bit of that like Canadian whiskey sweetness combined with that oaky, slight astringency, a little bit of that peppery spice. I thought the finish was the best part of this. The upfront initial flavor I thought was a little lacking. The mouthfeel, like I said, was very drinkable. The nose was pretty good at first, and then I started to get a little bit more of the ethanol alcohol. And the aesthetics I thought was, not terrible. You walk into a store, you see it on the shelf, you immediately know what it is. I always associate that with the aesthetic score.
See, I don't know, man. For me, that finish is just like I forgot I drank it after a couple minutes.
No, I can see that. I don't know. I thought, for me personally, like I said, the finish is the best part about this, and that's why it sells. And that's why people are purchasing it. Is because it's not super boozy. It's not super punchy. You can mix it in a cocktail, and it's gonna work really well because it is kind of sweet, like Beerman was saying. For someone who has, a flavor profile that doesn't like significantly sweet stuff, would be like, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that. So I can see that, but I do like sweet stuff. So I ain't gonna lie. I like that.
I don't find this overtly sweet.
I just got that weird, I ate too much mayonnaise kind of feel on my throat. You ever get that oily, greasy feel like you just want to pass chunks?
Yep.
You drinking water? You drinking any water with that there, Bear Man?
No.
You get yourself some water in you, brother.
Mike, It feels like got curdling going on in my chest.
Yeah, you should get some water in. You should get some water in yourself, bro. Try Patty's Irish Whiskey. I'd try it. Actually, I think I've had that before. Patty's, it's like a boxer on the label, right? Or maybe that's John L. Sullivan. I do got my John L. Sullivan Irish Whiskey. Look at this. It's a pen. Apparently, John L. Sullivan was a boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the pens that have the ladies on them.
Oh yeah, when you turn it a certain way, it shows him naked.
Bumpy, if you want to catch up, we've done mouthfeel and finish.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to catch up there. Sorry. Had to step away.
You're good. You're good. I
You're
just
good,
want to
dude.
let you know where we're at. We can recap if you'd like for what we gave it.
Let me get mine
Okay.
first so I'm not, swayed by.
I mean, just glad you were gone. Beerman vomited, so that happened.
Oh, well, that's good.
Since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first
Pork sandwiches.
meal. Meow, meow, meow.
Oh,
That commercial was great. The cat turns into a megastar. Meow.
Bumpy. What do you think
Okay.
over there?
So go ahead and recap, and then I can.
Oh no. We haven't given tallied yet. We haven't done value.
No,
ugh.
no, Tanner, we're recapping mouthfeel and flavor or finish.
Yeah.
I thought he just
mouthfeel
said he
and
wanted to give us scores before we.
okay. I can give my scores. So for mouthfeel, I mean, I wrote them down. I wasn't going to change them.
Yeah, you said you didn't
mouthfeel-
want us to persuade you.
Okay. Well, no, because I already wrote them down, so it wasn't done.
Simmer down
Mouthfeel,
now.
mouthfeel, I'm going to give a 13. And then for the finish, we did finish, right? Because we already did flavor.
Yes.
Finish, I'm at it.
Nice, Luke John.
I'll give it like an 11.
And Dalmore 12 was very good.
So
For the
where's
mouthfeel?
everybody else at?
The mouthfeel?
I give it a 13 for the mouthfeel.
I gave 13.
I gave it a 12.
I gave it a 12.
All right. And I didn't hear any of you guys because I was having a deep conversation with the wife. Not
My finish was a 10.
dirty bastards. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was 11. So,
6.
whoa.
I got that like throw up feeling in my throat. I couldn't. I don't know. It's something happened.
Beerman
I
doesn't
just felt like it didn't burn the throat or anything. Really, it's quite smooth on the finish. So,
I got
Well, there was like a sweet thing or something like curdly thing in my throat,
I got
like
a
that college kind of
really
liquor.
score from everybody else, and I will say that this is my favorite category of the product, and I give it a 14 out of 20 because I feel like it's very drinkable. You get a little bit of that oak, you get a little bit of that spice. It's a little bit bolder flavor. The upfront initial flavor is kind of subdued. It's kind of laid back, and it's also very clean. It's very smooth, as they like to call it. It's very enjoyable. It's a product where somebody who isn't technically into whiskey might actually really enjoy it because of the finish. I thought personally, 14 out of 20.
No,
I gave it a 10 because, like I said, much like the flavor, I forgot I drank it 2 minutes later.
Beerman swallowed I'm assuming Luke John meant to say Werther's original by the sound of it.
some weathers.
Some weathers.
Maybe he's just trying to identify with you, Tanner. You go to Dunkin', get some with us.
I love Duncan guy. Unlike the mayor of Duncan.
I think this may be one of the lowest scoring. Maybe. I don't know. There is the bullet, and I didn't like that. So
I would have had the bullet over this. Definitely.
it's very drinkable, but
That's why we do these examinations, guys. People would
for the,
people
people,
would much rather hear us discuss and disagree rather than completely agree or completely disagree on everything. You know, if we got some people that agree with each other, you know. And like I said, I personally try to put it in the I try to put myself personally in shoes of every liquor drinker. I don't try to necessarily just say myself. So like I say, like if you're a brand new whiskey drinker, let's say you've never had whiskey before, and someone says, "Hey, grab a bottle of Crown Royal. You might like it." Well, if you guys never had whiskey before, what would you think about this? Oh God, Dan's face. Would you not want to drink whiskey anymore? I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's very approachable for somebody that like can't stand
doesn't
alcohol.
Doesn't want that super big.
I'm drain pouring it.
I've never tasted it like this before, though. It's always just in a mixed drink or slamming it. So you don't have time to sit there and actually let it drip.
I'm gonna have to double check my score when we're done here, but it actually did beat out. It actually did beat out the
You think it's a drain pour, Dan?
What I mean by drain pour in whiskey terms is this doesn't go on the cabinet. This goes out in the kitchen above the stove. And when I have a Coke or a ginger ale or something, this goes in.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, my value is at a whopping 4.
I don't think there's much value on this either.
So is mine.
It's too expensive.
For the price I paid, I could have got a bottle of Wild Turkey 101 and been just shits and giggles, just loving it.
100%. Well, you might pay maybe like $4 more bucks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with. I don't. The value in this is definitely not there.
Like this bottle should have been like $15 for my value to be good.
But it is smooth, and you can, if you're a cocktail person and you're buying let's say you're buying Hennessy, you're buying tequilas.
For cocktails, I can buy that giant bottle of Four Roses for the same damn price.
But it's not as clean though.
In a cocktail, sure.
It's gonna be bolder. You put this in a Coke, it's not gonna be very apparent. If you put
I'd rather have Jack and Coke.
If you put a cheaper whiskey in a Coke, it's going to be more apparent. If somebody doesn't like whiskey, which is terrible to say because it's
but if somebody doesn't like whiskey, they shouldn't be drinking whiskey.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I think that this is more like I don't know. I personally think that it's not bad. Sipping it, I don't think it's bad. Sipping it, I don't think it's terrible. You guys are like. Beer Man said something about, it made him almost, throw up a little bit there. And then Dan was like, I'm not going to drink this unless it's mixed. I don't know. I got a little bit.
What did Bumpy say? You're picking on everybody else. What did I say?
I'm not picking on you guys.
Oh, no, it's just got a sickening feeling.
You said you didn't really like it either.
Yeah, I said it. The finish was weak. The flavors were weak. I wouldn't put this in I wouldn't put this in a cocktail because
I would say cocktail, yeah.
Masked. It would be so masked.
Sheesh.
Because it's already masked by itself.
I'm gonna go with Dan.
Maybe if you're doing like a blend of like other hard alcohols and you're blending.
Okay. Here's the deal. Tanner's going with, for people that don't like whiskey like this, I could see you want to use this in a Coke because you don't want to tell there's whiskey in there, but you want to get your buzz on. So you want to just have that Coke flavor. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, but as far as value, it's still not there, and that's why I agree with the 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I had a 6 value because I have the best price out of all you. But then I started thinking, like, I picked
Even
up.
if I paid $28 for a 750, I would still give it.
I picked up like a handle of Old Granddad, which is pretty horrific, but I think I actually kind of enjoyed it more than this. And that was like only $10.
There's really no value in this. It's a big brand thing.
Yeah, so I went down to a 4 value.
This has always been, and it always will be, a very big brand thing. But I like Canada.
You like Canada?
I like Canada. We can't knock Canadian whiskey. They have their own little thing going on. It's meant to be a little bit different.
I just want to try a different one, not this one.
It's meant to be a little bit different.
I don't think anything negative
it's
towards
import. It's import, of course. It's another country. We don't really think about that because it is so close. We're like right next to Canada. We're literally touching. But they do have to pay import fees, so you also have to take that into consideration. But I still feel like 4 out of 10 is fair because it's definitely below average for what you can get nowadays for $27 for a 750. Like Dan said, if I'm going to pay $27 for a 750, let's say I have $30. I want to buy a bottle of whiskey. I want to buy a bottle of whatever. Yeah, 101 all day. Are you kidding me? But that's like I said, that's a different preference though. Imagine somebody who's not into bourbon and they don't want that big, bold bourbon flavor. They don't want to drink this neat. They want to drink this on the rocks. They want to drink it with a glass of Coke,
This on the rocks?
Would taste like literal water.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. I don't think those people are reaching for this. They're reaching for the Crown Royal with the flavor in it. That's what they're reaching for.
Yeah. Oh, those are stupid flavors.
That peach is good.
I finally figured it out. I know what Crown Royal is. They are the Voodoo Ranger of whiskey. Like, they got the base that is just a good base to add stuff to, and then they add natural flavors to it. And here you go. You got your juice force, you got your tropical force, you got your, now in Crown Royal, you got your apple, you got your peach, you got your blackberry, you know what I mean?
The vanilla, Alex loves.
I could see that. I'm not saying they're bad.
Wasn't it the vanilla, Bumpy?
Yeah, but Alex doesn't like.
He doesn't like whiskey.
No, I think he had the peach one.
What?
No, it was vanilla. I'm pretty sure it was vanilla.
But Alex doesn't like hard alcohol flavors. So
yeah, Alex doesn't like alcohol. That's what I'm saying. Alex doesn't like alcohol, and he had the vanilla Crown, and he liked it. He drank the whole bottle.
Well, yeah, because it tastes like a fucking vanilla bean.
Sweet stuff too. Yeah, he loves.
That's what I'm saying though. You have this base of Canadian whiskey that's kind of subdued and laid back. Once you add all these freaking sweeteners and this flavoring to it, you can, like the peach. The peach is good. Don't drink that whole bottle of peach in one night. You'll be, so
that's the thing. As much as I'm dumping on this,
a few glasses of that peach, because you'll be feeling it the next day.
It'll peach you up.
I'll put that peach in some Coke.
Flavored.
You'll be impeached.
Oh my gosh! What do you guys? I'm assuming you guys have had some bad experiences with flavored whiskey, because I have.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what's the one?
Flavored whiskey. It sounds good. It sounds good. Wait till you try it one night, Bumpy.
Oh, he's like.
No, I've had the Crown Royal apple, and it tastes like it tastes like a freaking Jolly Rancher. It's disgusting.
Yeah. A night of actually just drinking a flavored whiskey.
Yeah, I don't drink bitch drinks.
Is a bad day the day after.
The peanut butter whiskey. That's good. I like that.
All right. Well, we digress. Let's run down the numbers. Let's go over the scores. Let's tally it up. Let's get an average. Bumpy, Let's hear your numbers for your aesthetics, nose, flavor, mouthfeel, finish. What do you got? Value. What do you got over there, brother?
7, 14, 9, 13, 11, 4.
With a total score of
58.
Okay. Dan?
8, 14, 11, 12, 10, 4, with a total of 59.
Whoa, holy shit. Beerman?
7, 15, 12, 12, 6, 4. Total of 56.
Okay, let me tally
Gonna
mine up
average out
really
at
quick.
58. I'm going to win again.
We're about to find out. I got it locked and loaded right here.
Okay. So I believe I like this one a little bit more than everyone else. We get a 6, 7 out of 10. Nose, 13 out of 20. Flavor, 12 out of 20. Mouthfeel, 13 out of 20. Finish, 14 out of 20. Value, 4 out of 10. All equaling a score of 63 out of 100.
Divided by 4 is 59.
Dan wins this round.
I won this round. Yeah.
Nice.
59.
Yep.
Very low.
I couldn't even finish the thing.
With the larceny at 66 out of 100. In the Mictors with an 82 out of 100. Number one. Come on, we're working backwards here, guys. What's going on? We want to drink better spirits. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, it's been fun. Crown Royal, it had to happen. It had to be one that we discussed. I mean, come on. Canadian whiskey, it was bound to happen, like I said. Yeah, what do you guys think? We'll go around the panel. Let's do some final thoughts, and then maybe some shout outs. I'll pull you guys up each individually. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy these whiskey examinations as much as I do. Appreciate you guys. Definitely special shout out to Bumpy Road Brews, FLX Beer Reviews, Beer Man. You guys rock. Appreciate you. Want to be a examination if you guys weren't here. So what do you think, Bumpy? Your last thoughts on this and some shout
Dan, how do I get me one of them FLX hats?
I'll work on it.
Right. Remember, I got a large head. I got pictures to that picture to prove it.
He's a very smart guy. He's got a big cranium.
This one will fit. You just got to adjust it.
Yeah. My head's much bigger than Mike's.
That's hard to beat. He's got it.
What are we doing now? Shout outs.
Final thoughts, shout outs.
Yeah. I didn't think that I would like Crown. This is the first time that I had the actual Crown. This was actually the first whiskey that I ever drank in my life. Back when I was like 10 years old. It was a bit harsher back then to me. I think one sip and I was like, I'm done. Yeah, now it's weak sauce. But whatever. It's not a drain pour. It's gonna get the time spent sipping on it. It's just not like so wonderful, So those are kind of my final thoughts on the Crown Royal. Shout out type stuff. I I haven't shouted them out for a while. Check out Imperfectly Me Crafts with Chu and Mallory. You find her a lot of times over on Rod J. Bear Adventures live stream that he does on Thursdays. On my channel, I'm putting out, hoping to anyways, a couple of beer reviews a week. And still trying to put out those frozen pizza reviews as well. I don't have a frozen pizza picked out as of right now, but I think I just did. I did kind of a cheap one. It was a different one. It was that Dr. or Tech stuff. It was pretty good. So I might have to go for an expensive frozen pizza this time. I think they have one that's called Bar Stool or something like that. I don't know. I don't think it's not the one bite one. It's something different. I'll find it. I'll do it. It's right up there in price with the it's like the exact same price as a Rayos. And Rayos so far has been the best frozen pizza that I've had. So if you're going to pay the same price for a Rayos, I mean, talking top dog right there. It's got to be. And it looks like it's got fresh mozzarella and everything on
The
it.
mozzarella ones? Yeah.
So I will get one of those. I know where they're located. And we'll find out what the name of it is. And we'll do it up. One thing I will say, because I did have on Pizza Day, this past Friday, it was National Pizza Day. We did have some frozen pizza at my house. And it was one of my favorites, one of the wife's favorites. We had the Detroit style pizzas from Motor City. And they come in their own cooking tray. It's this cardboard cooking tray, and the greases and stuff like that kind of bake on the crust and kind of, darken it up and crisp it up a bit around the edges and everything. I decided I wanted to try it out on my smoker. So open flame. I had that opened up. Not a good idea when you have a cardboard box that contains grease inside of it as the pizza starts to cook, because the grease caught fire. And when I opened up my smoker, when it was time, the box was burning around my pizza and melted to my pizza. So it was no go. There's a little tip for you. If you're going to do your pizza out on a smoker or a grill, don't have it in a box.
Chocolate cardboard.
Cheers.
Charcoal oxidation.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Damn it. Sucks. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Bobby. Right.
Cheers.
On to Mr. Dan.
Oh boy. Yeah, Crown Royal, I feel like it's a very much like I said before, to me it's like the Voodoo Ranger of whiskey. It really is just like a not offensive base, and then designed so you can add natural flavors to it. A lot of people dig it. It's got a big following wherever you go. There's Crown Royal concerts, NASCAR races, fairs, whatever.
Fairs.
Fairs. F-A-I-R-S. Fairs.
There might be Crown Royal at a fairs too.
It's all right. To me, it's not a sipper. And when I say drain pour, just like I said, drain pouring right into a mixer for me. I'm almost out of the Four Roses finally. What a mistake that was buying that 1.75 liter, but whatever. I digress. No, it's cool to touch on it. And even with that being said, I really do want to try that peach. I might buy that at some point. Yeah. Shout outs. I don't really have any shout outs except for check out our channel. Still doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday stuff. We just put up a video of some beer we got from Poppy Eats today. So yeah, that's all I got. Cheers.
Cheers.
Awesome, bro.
Cheers.
Right. Move on to Beer Man. Beer Man, what you got for us?
All right. Well, last thoughts on this stuff. At first it was good, like in the aromas, it smelled pretty cool. Like I was like, oh, okay, that's good. And then I drank it and it got really sweet and just really like, I don't know, man. I don't know what it was about this one, but it just didn't serve me right. So I think it was just like kind of sweet. It was light. You know, you guys said it was light, but it did have some flavors. It was still there. I actually got kind of more of the rye, I think, in the finish, more of the dry rye and corn, and like kind of like that peppery kind of feel down the throat, the esophagus. You kind of got like that, but it wasn't as bad as like the last one we did. That was really hot, but I still would rather have that one than this one, than this. I know this is a Canadian whiskey, and you know, you were saying it's sweeter whiskey and this, that, so I can accept that. I did have the Canadian Club though. I remember that when my grandma had it, like I was saying. But I used to snag that all the time. But I never tasted it like this. It was always a shot or in a drink, you know, mixed with 7-Up or Coke or something like that. So I can understand what you're saying. Like rum, man, I'd bomb that down with my wife. We'd just take shots every like 2 hours until we got all shit-faced and go to bed. But with our beer, of course. But yeah, I don't know. It's not something I would probably buy again, and it's definitely something I would put, if I did, it would be going above my other cabinet, like Dan was saying. So, you know, something late at night, I need it now. Let's mix it with some Coke or some 7-Up or whatever the hell you got going on. Other than that, shout outs, Beer and Cheese Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern, as always. Wednesday this week's going to be Valentine's one. I didn't realize it was Valentine's Day, so I may end up having to get up really extra early so I can take my wife somewhere. like a morning something. Yeah, so that's still gonna go though at 6 as promised. So and then Thursday I'm gonna try and hopefully brew Bill's what the hell is it called? Hold on, I can pull it up quickly. The Babu. He has a crow named Babu, and it's a West Coast IPA that I want to do for him. He gave some cash in and said, "Hey, do what you will." So thank you, Bill, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So got the ingredients.
You gotta do one that's like a lager at some point, Bear Man, when you get all your temp control stuff.
Yeah,
you can call it Billy up to the bar.
do like a Miller High Life like lager, Post Proers. Billy up to the bar. Yeah. That's coming soon. I'm getting that in March, actually, the chiller finally, Jesus Christ. But okay, I'm just gonna shout out this dude and shut up. This is Culture House Brewing. He's only got 18 subscribers. I might have mentioned him already, but there's the link. So Culture House. So I think he's from somewhere else. I forget. No, he's out of Pismo Beach, dude. What the hell's wrong with me? California. Yeah, so yeah, last things were brewery tours. Okay, I'm shutting up. Give me an X. Give me 3 X's, please. Cheers, man. Thanks, Brenner.
I just went over and subscribed to him.
Cool. Nice.
Now he has 19 subs.
Awesome.
Now he has 20 subs.
Cool.
Sweet.
And then Dan unsubscribed to him now.
Look at that picture. That's so good. Look at that picture. That's me. And Bumpy looks like a zombie.
Oh, damn.
I think that's Joe. It's either Joe or No Hype. I think it's Joe. That's Mike, right?
I don't know. Bring it up big.
I can't tell. I think that's.
You bring them up like this.
I'm doing it. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's definitely Joe.
So that's
it's Joe
Kyle behind me. And then Mike.
No, that's not Kyle. It's Joe.
No, that's Kyle behind me.
Look how big that beard is. That's not Kyle.
You think it's the other Joe?
Yeah, that's cool, Joe.
No, that's I swear that's Kyle.
I don't think Kyle's beard is that big.
Yeah, glasses.
Yeah, no, that was during one of the reviews I think that we did.
Well, that's definitely Mike from Nerd Sense, right?
Yeah. No, that's Mike from
Nerd Sense.
FLX. Or is it Sean? It's either Mike from FLX or Sean.
That's Mike from Nerd Sense.
Ted in the front.
I know. I gotta blow this up. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's Mike from Nerd Sense.
Yeah, it's Mike from Nerd Sense, and I think it's
okay.
Joe.
That is Joe. That is Joe. Now I have it bigger and I can see. Yeah. When everybody was smaller, it looked.
It was small. It's harder to see. Yeah, it's harder to tell. But yeah, no, this has been fun, guys. I appreciate all y'all. You guys are awesome. Wouldn't be an examination if you guys weren't here to do it with me. Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey. Yeah, it's always kind of had that mindset where it's like, this is definitely not a value product. It's a super smooth, or it's a smooth product that people technically mix with cocktails, but they're paying more than I think they should for a mixer. I give it a 63 out of 100. I think I give it the highest score, but a 59 out of 100 as far as an average, I think is fair. And it's a good score to put on our board, and it's a good representation of a Canadian whiskey. And hopefully down the line, maybe we can find a blended Canadian whiskey that really puts Crown Royal in its place. I feel like we do owe blended Canadian. We do owe blended Canadian whiskey some service there, and yes, Whistle Pig rye, which would technically
they have a 6-year piggyback that's not rye,
which is a bourbon.
Yeah,
technically they call it a bourbon, which I don't even understand how they call it a bourbon.
Are they Canadian?
Yeah,
but no, they could be using brand new American.
Yep,
Canadian.
I didn't know that.
But they could be using brand new American charred oak barrels, even though they're in Canada.
Bro, just give me an excuse to buy that little shooter of that.
Even though they're in Canada.
10-year with the little itty bitty cork. It's so awesome.
But yeah, so I mean, they do have bourbon on one of their products, but like I said, they could be using an American oak barrel from America. That's actually going to be an interesting topic. We'll talk about that more in the future. But yeah, overall, it's been a fun review. Crown Royal, like I said, it's a little pricey for what it is. But if you're somebody who just wants a solid, smooth drinking whiskey, and you don't really want too much of that bold whiskey flavor, and you want to mix it in a cocktail, all the more power to you. 63 out of 100, not a bad score. Shout out to you guys. Like I said, appreciate you guys being here. We also got Thomas Mello 75, Eric, Massachusetts Beer Reviews. Does show up every once in a while, and then Josh Last Beer
never shows up.
Sometimes shows up. And shout out to the chat, Paul Middlefrew, Commerce Ozzy Marque, Luke John, Bill, Beer Hounds, Sammy, Strong Style Beer Reviews, and Bumpy and Beer Man. Yeah. So shout out to you guys. From my channel personally, tomorrow I do have the day off because there is a snowstorm. So who knows? Maybe there'll be another Rate That Beer or something like that. Another live stream on the East Coast LQ Review channel. Definitely go check out Beer Man tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I know you already said it. This is beer and cheese. It's an awesome time. If you love cheese and you love beer, you'll have a great time over there. You guys are. I will say the one thing that has always kept your live streams alive, Beer Man, is everyone is always very passionate about the cheese and the beer. So
yeah, pretty serious. I like it. It's a serious moment, but we always have fun afterwards.
Yeah, is tomorrow a beer and cheese, or is it any?
Oh, I forgot to say that. Thanks. Yeah, it's open any table. So every 2 weeks, from here on out, I'm gonna do an open one. So bring a cheese, but any alcohol of choice.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. Mixed drink,
Sometimes
liquor,
when
drink, whatever you want to do. Okay.
Sometimes when I'm at work, Beer Man, on Tuesdays, I'll go to the little because we have like it's not vending machines, it's like this open market, and they got a bunch of stuff. I'll buy the cheese dish, and I'll buy a root beer and pretend I'm there. I'll be watching you guys on break. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Thank you, Dan.
I just want to point out, never in a million years would I think this is good, but sharp cheddar and root beer is actually it's
all right. Hey, that's cool.
I mean, you get the spice.
I'll have to try that.
You get the
Can't wait
spice.
until A&W and Kraft get together.
They have alcoholic root beers. Bring one of those tomorrow if you can find one. With some
cheese
cheddar.
Not your father's. There you go.
Not your father's, yeah.
As far as other shout outs, yeah. Next week we're gonna do another whiskey examination, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. We've been doing this for a good amount of time now. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Probably gonna do another beer show. It might be Rate That Beer. I would like to do me and Josh do have a beer examination of Megabyte by Hop Butcher that we were trying to plan. It's supposed to be today. I wasn't able to go out and get it right now with the snowstorm and the Super Bowl. Where I would have to drive to get said product is not in my area. So I've just been kind of avoiding going down there right now. It's too hectic. It's too crowded. It's sit in traffic, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, so look out for a Megabyte examination with me and Josh. Yeah, Rate That Beer. Hopefully, maybe next week. I do have another Kolsch beer, the Ocean Street Brewery, that I'm going to be releasing on my channel. So look out for that. It's another beer review, steady beer review. I'll probably possibly record some stuff tomorrow. So look out for some more content on my channel. And yeah, check out the Speak Easy podcast with John and Ken. And those guys are out of New Hampshire. And they're really cool. I like listening to them while I'm working. Pretty laid back, talk about different news. And they also talk about Ken's got a good collection of really nice, fine bourbons. So I do like to, just kind of average guys talking about awesome bourbon and local news. They do a really good job, and they're very entertaining and funny and lots of good laughs.
What are you saying? New Hampshire folk are just average?
Never said that. Nope.
Wow.
Never crossed my mind.
Meow.
Let's see. Scotch Down Under. Go check him out. He goes live every Wednesday. So he'll be, live in the next couple of days. Wednesday morning, though. So he's usually live Wednesday morning. And then I believe he does maybe Saturday as well. Yeah, Scotch Down Under. Check him out. And there you have it. Appreciate all you guys. It's been fun. We're right at that, an hour and 30-minute mark. Make sure you guys check us out next week, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for another whiskey examination. Who knows? It might be a rye. It might be a bourbon. It might be a Canadian whiskey. We'll see. It might not even be
a wine cooler.
Yeah, it might be a wine cooler. It might be a tequila. No, I'm just kidding. It's usually
Might be a gin.
Some type of spirit examination we're going to keep doing on 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So, spirits examinations, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Look at these cool little
Monday.
shot glasses I got.
Cool shot glasses.
Ugh.
Bottle cap. That's
Yeah,
really
really
cool. That's
cool
like the
bottle.
Oh, that's cool.
What?
That's very cool. Nice.
Well, there you have it. If there's anything else you guys like to see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my upcoming videos. Look at me. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.
we'll drop that link in the chat here if you want to come up and hang out with us off air. Cheers.
And if you want to see past reviews, check out the playlist that Tanner made for all these Whiskey Mondays.
For sure.
Oh, nice.
Cheers, guys.